to math today, and like I said, we're going to be doing adding and subtracting fractions today. So I'm going to show you several different ways to do it. Remember, you can pick whichever way that you enjoy or that works best for you. All right, so the first way, I first want to show you the number line so you get an idea of what we're talking about. So here we start at 0 fourths. That means you don't have anything. And then here we have 8 fourths. So if you were counting through this, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, then you get to 1 whole. And so if you have the shaded parts, it would look like this. That is equal to 4/4 or 1 whole. If I keep going and I now have 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, 8/4, now what I actually have is I have 2 wholes. So if I had these, they would be shaded. All of it would be shaded. And if I counted it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I would have 8 fourths. I would have 8 slices of pizzas that were both cut into 4s. So 8 fourths is 2. And yes, if you're paying attention here, 4 goes into 8 how many times? 2. Or 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, so that's just a basic number line and how you could use a number line. And I went past just the wholes because sometimes we might have 16 fourths minus 3/4. So you might have to go back. So here we're going to add 1/4 plus 4/4. So the first way you can do it is to skip count. So if I'm starting at 1/4 here and I want to add 4/4, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/4 would be equal to 5/4. If you really want to get fancy, you could convert that to a mixed number, which would be 1 and 1/4. How did I get that? Well, I divided 4 into 5, and I got 1. I can go get 1 4 out of 5, and then I have 1 left over. Or if you look at this picture down here, you could count 5/4, and you would have 1 and only 1/4. But we're not worried about that right now. So that's the first way, to skip count. The second way is to draw a bar model. So if I want to draw a bar model, I know that I have, okay, 1/4. There's that. And then I have to add 4/4. So now I'm going to kind of let skip counting, add 4/4 more. And 1/4 plus 4/4 is again 5/4. Finally, and the way that I learned it, and kind of the easiest way right now when you have numbers like this, is to just add the numbers. 1/4 plus 4/4. So the denominator when you're subtracting and adding is always going to stay the same when they're the same. And that's all we're worrying about right now. So I'm not going to add the bottoms. Okay? I'm not going to change how I'm splitting it up. I'm keeping it the same. But I'm going to say, okay, I had 1/4. Here's another way. 1/4 plus 4/4. And if I count these all up, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's where you can also convert that like I did up here. You say, well, I have 1 whole, and then I have 1 out of 4. So if I had 2 pizzas and 5/4 of the pizzas were eaten, that means that 1 whole pizza was eaten and then 1 more slice was eaten. And how much would I have left? I have 1, 2, 3/4 left. All right, so that's addition. I wish I could say any questions. You can ask me on the channel or chat with me on your channel if you have a question about this and I can explain it to you better. All right, so let's look at subtraction. This is the same exact thing, guys. Now I've split it into 6 just to show you something a little different. So we have the number line 0, 6 through 6, 6. And again, if you have 6 of 6, okay, you know it, guys, I'm really bad at splitting them into 6. I'm great at 4s and 8s, but 6 don't always look even. There's an example. Okay, but if I have 6 of those, then I have a whole. If I have 6 slices in a pie, none have been eaten, I have a whole pie. Or if I have 6 slices have been eaten, a whole pie was eaten. All right, so again, we are going to skip count. This time, though, if we're doing 5/6 minus 3/6, we're going to skip count backwards. Okay, so we're going to start at 5/6 because that's the first number. And we're going to count back 3/6. 1, 2, 3/6. And our answer would be 2/6. Blaine, I know you're going to like this because you were always drawing number lines in class when we did show a way that you could do it. Next, you can do a bar model or a circle. So a bar model is kind of like what we did before. We know we have 5/6, so it's a little bit different. We can draw a bar model, 5/6, right? let's split it. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5, 6, and we want to take away 3 or subtract 3. So if we shade that, we take away 3, again, we're left with 2, 6. Okay, also you can do that by using a circle model as well. So here, I have 5, 6 shaded. Not really sure why I drew an extra one there. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was still thinking of working in fours. So I have 5, 6 right here. And it said that I needed to subtract 3. So what I could do is just cross off 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm left with 2, 6, right? Forget about this. All right, so 2, 6, that's what I'm left with. Okay, if I only subtract 5, 6, I have 5, 6, and I subtract 3. I have 2, 6 still shaded. All right, so again, subtracting fractions, that's just where you write your numbers, okay? You do not change the bottom number. I'm not going to change my denominator. I'm not changing what I'm splitting it into. I'm just talking about how many pieces. So 5, 6, I'm going to subtract 3. 5 minus 3 is 2, 6. And for those of you who are extra creative thinking, you can reduce this fraction and you can make it 2, 6 equivalent to, remember equivalent fractions, to 1/3. How did I do that? Well, 2 and 6, what can I divide both of them by? I can divide both of them by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that's one way that 2, 6 would be equal to 1/3. But we're not doing that. You guys can just 2, 6 would be your answer, and that's what I'm looking for. So what you are going to do today for your work is, instead of using Ready Math, okay, you're going to go to Khan Academy. Some of you had already done this, and I was having a hard time seeing that you submitted something. So take a look at that, make sure that you're submitting it. Brady knows about this because Brady said he did his, and then I went to look and it didn't show that he did it. Showed it that he had opened it, but not that he had completed it. So, or graded it. So if you have a question, maybe Brady can help you with that. This is a new app for me too. But you're gonna have two things. You're gonna have 2 videos, and one's gonna be on adding fractions, and one's gonna be on subtracting fractions. Okay, so after each video, what happens is there's a separate lesson or a separate one you have to click on where they actually give you questions, and then I will be able to see how you did on the questions. You get more than one attempt, but then you get only so many attempts, and then it gives you a grade. It's not graded. Again, these are just practice. Then we have the quiz. We're gonna have a quiz later to see how you did, but this is gonna be easy for me to track. You don't have to take a picture and send it to me. It should go right in. So just double check and make sure that you're submitting it or clicking end, whatever you need to do. And Brady, if you have information on that, if you could share that in the group chat or on the math channel, that would be awesome. All right, so this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna watch the 2 videos, okay? Adding, then do the questions, and then subtracting and do the questions. So you'll have 2 sets of questions to go on for each one. And that will show me that you've done it. You don't need to submit it. You don't need to turn it in or take a picture or anything for me. It'll just go ahead and show me that you've done it, how many attempts you needed, and how you did on it. And then I can kind of track. This is a lot easier than the equivalent and comparing fractions. So, all right. If you have any questions, you can reach me on your channel. Remember, that's for your private use only, not for other friends to go on. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to your channel, and I will get to you as soon as I can. All right. Good luck. Have a great day. Bye.